All right, what is that? We're just working on the channel trailer here. We have all these quick edits with sound effects in there. And while doing this, I thought, hey, why not show the feature in Avid Media Composer that lets you grab something and copy it right on your timeline without having to say drop back into your bin and, you know, overwrite things in there, splice things in that way. So let's go ahead and get to it here. So you can see we have a bunch of really fast cuts here. And of course, I have my sound effects dropped in there, and I've already done more, you know, video frame, or actually, these are actually picture cut-ins right here, as you can see, but I don't have my sound effects in there yet. Right, looks much better, sounds much better, everything goes better, you know, all together with the sound effects. So let me just show you how we do this here in Avid Media Composer. It's very, very easy. So all you do is select whatever it is you want to copy. All right, so I'm gonna click on it here. Now I have my multi-tool selected, by the way, okay? I'm going to select it here. Now I'm holding down my left mouse button. I'm holding that down first. That's very important. Then I'm on Windows, so I will hold down Alt. If you're on Mac, just hold down Option. So hold down Alt and then drag. You can see we get the little plus icon. That means we're making a copy right there on our timeline. I don't have to go back into my bin. So then I can just position it where I want, release my mouse button, release Alt, and there we go. Now I have a copy. Boom. So watch this. All right, so now we have more to do, right? Because we have this cut and then this cut and this cut and this cut. Let's keep going. I can zoom in a little bit more here. So right there. So I'll select it. I'm holding down my left mouse button, hold down Alt, making a copy. Drop it right there, right on the cut. Do it again. Holding down my left mouse button, hold down Alt, get my plus sign when I start to move, and drop it. And I'm just going to keep doing this for every cut. Now, if I held down Alt, then you see now I get my cursor. So if I hold on Alt and then try to grab it, I get my marquee there. All right. Not what you want to do in this case. So again, hold down my left mouse button, hold down Alt, copy. This is a very quick process. Just keep going over and over and over. Just like this, just making copies. This is sort of similar to Pro Tools. Not exactly the same, but if you have Pro Tools, you'll know what I mean. Sort of like a duplicate copy command there. Keyboard command. So there we go. Now we've built this up a little bit more. Let's see it now. Much, much better, right? So now we're going to go down to, all of these are 2 frames. So what I'm going to do here, hold on Control just so I lock to the end of that. Now I have 2 monitors, by the way, so my video clips are over here in this bin. So now I have to go through and add more. Let's do this one here. Now I'm going to go down to 1 frame clip. So I'll hit I, hit my arrow there to go over 1 frame, hit out, and let me actually make sure that I have just that track selected. Pop that in, grab another picture. This one, actually I think I used that one. Let me use this one here. In 1 frame, out, pop that in. You sort of get the idea. And then I'll just do the same thing for my sound effect there. So click, Alt, move it right to this cut. Click, Alt, move it right to this cut. See how we are so far. Very cool. Of course, I'm going to keep building that up, but that is how you do that. And by the way, of course, it works for video tracks too. If I wanted to copy this here, again, select it, hold down Alt. You see the plus sign will come up as soon as I start to move. And now I've made a copy of that. All right. Now these are pictures. Again, it controls that. Of course, it's going to work for video, you know. Select it, hold down Alt, start to move. You see right there. And then I'll just say, drop it right there, release Alt. Now I have a copy of it. Okay, so that is how you can quickly copy things. And real quick, just, you know, just before we go, that's really all you need to know in this video. But of course, there's a lot of ways to do the same thing in Avid Media Composer. So let me select another clip here. This one will work, I guess. I want it to be 1 frame, so in, out, and I want it on this track here. Actually, I want it on 2. Pop that in there. Actually, let me Control Z that. And I want it right there, actually. Okay, so of course, if I wanted to, another way to do this, I'm locking right to the head of that clip. I could then go into my sound effects bin and find, actually it's Metal Impact, this here. Then I could say mark it in, which go back here and mark it in, go 1 frame over, mark it out. Okay, and then I could make sure this is on this track. Say, pop it in down there. Hopefully you saw that down there. I could pop that in, then I could just keep popping that in down here. So that's another option that you should be aware of. I just wanted to show you that Alt copy way, in, out. And, you know, there's a lot of ways to build things up here in Avid Media Composer. Then I could just sort of Control Z that, come back here, start popping my images or video in this way as well. So again, a lot of options there. But one thing you should note, okay, whenever I just now popped in these audio clips right here by going over to my bin here and popping them in, let me drag my audio mixer over, you can see it didn't copy the audio settings I had. Of course, I could set these up while it's in this bin here, okay, which you might want to do. But the good thing about using that drag copy is you can see that every copy here, which it's track 1 and 2, these here, every time I copy it, you can see is copying my settings. As soon as I get down to the audio clips that we popped in from our bin, you can see now they're back to the default settings. So I'd have to go in there and adjust these manually. Whereas if I had, let's actually just get rid of this, get rid of this. Whereas if I would just take this one here, you can see the audio settings there. We'll do our copy, just click and hold, Alt, make my copy right there. Now you can see whenever we pop over to that audio clip, our settings are retained. So again, copy it over. So this is a great way to sort of set up your audio there if you're going to be using the same clip over and over. Same thing for your video, by the way. Set it up and you can just copy it and you can have everything, all your settings retained, you know, effects retained, you know, all that good stuff, guys. Okay. So I could do it even to this effect here, which is an explosion. Click and hold, Alt, and then I'll just drag another one over here. And you can see the effects are retained on that clip. All right, so that is a real quick and easy way to copy whatever data, whatever video or audio clip you have here in Avid Media Composer. Copy it, place it wherever you want right in your timeline. Very easy, very effective. Great feature to have here in Avid Media Composer.